All right. Hey, good afternoon. Good evening to everybody. My name is Jordan Queen, and this is my partner, Chris Brads. We're here with Team Odyssey Productions. This is our first ever kind of virtual signing meet and greet. And tonight we just want to introduce somebody who I've been a big fan of all my life because I'm a Detroit bad boy myself, Mr. William Bedford. Hey, Will, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, thanks a lot for taking the time with us tonight, man. And we got a lot of stuff that was mailed to us, and you have so graciously did it. And we just really appreciate you being a part of the team with us.
Yeah, I appreciate all the stuff. I mean, some of the stuff I may have not have seen before, but I'm definitely excited about getting it and seeing, what was sent to you.
Little trip down memory lane.
Yeah, definitely.
No, definitely. What? So tell us, what are you doing now?
Well, at this point, I'm me and my wife invested into a food truck business, and at this point, we're doing pretty good. We go out like 4 nights a week, and around the city, and then if we're available for events too as well. So, and it was called William Bedford Mobile Kitchen, and it's one of the best. Every time somebody comes along and gets something to eat, like somebody I know, or somebody that said it was good, they always come back and tell me it was the best they ever had. They will be back again.
Man, that's nice. That is nice. I'm kind of jealous, Chris. You live in Tennessee. I don't. So you're gonna have to tell me how this is.
I was gonna say,
Chris may have heard about a lot of barbecue here, because that's what Memphis is known for, the barbecue and the blues and all that. But we do have a lot of other places to eat at other than barbecue.
I've been to Rendezvous down there in Beale Street.
Barbecue.
Then you hit BB King's, you know the drill, right?
Yeah. Can't go to one without the other.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Now, Will, so what do you want to start with tonight, bud? Do you want to start with some cards or some pictures, or how do you want to start?
It's up to you. What do you want me to start with?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's start with some pictures.
Oh, you had to get to the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures
I
of the
think that's the one in this box, the one I'm opening now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is like Christmas, right?
It's just no bows.
No bows on it.
No, my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of the first time you've ever done anything like this, isn't it, Will?
It's the first, yeah. It's the first. Like I said before, that's why I told you before, I'm kind of excited about doing it. I've never done a virtual Zoom anything. Because, since this pandemic's going on, and that's all been going on, virtual parades and virtual high school graduations and whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be in person than try to be on a computer, because what if somebody's computer doesn't work?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've kind of ran into that tonight with a couple people that wanted to stop by and say hi. But, this is just a good way to kind of start, and just a good way to let people, see their stuff get signed, and to kind of get to know a little bit about you, because, you've kind of been out of the limelight for quite some time. We're just glad to see that you're doing good. You're looking good.
Well, I'm trying my best. I'm not at 1,000% like I was when I played, but right now everything's pretty good.
No, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Chris, you got any questions to start off for Big Will?
Yeah, you were born in Memphis, right?
Yes, sir.
Born, raised, went to high school there, played college there too, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did.
Then got drafted in the '86 draft.
86 draft, first round, 6 picks to the Phoenix Suns.
So your first game in the NBA.
Scared to death.
Were you scared?
Yeah.
November 28th of '86, right?
Yeah.
What do you remember most about that night?
The first shot I took, I made it. And everything else is a blur after that. It wasn't the play I was supposed to be running. I wasn't supposed to shoot the ball. But instincts just took over from college. Every time I was touched, I turn around and shoot a fadeaway jumper. And I did the same thing then and made it.
That's great.
Well, what's funny is because, you were drafted in '86, and that was really the era of the big man. And you were drafted, 6 overall. So, I mean, going into the league, that was a league where all the powerhouse centers were taking place, and what was that like? I mean, how was your confidence going in?
I mean, my confidence was pretty high because I played against most of those guys in college. And then I was playing before the draft. You know, they always have different locations you go to and play full court with these guys. So that's mainly what I was doing, and working out and playing against them during the summertime. It's like when season started, I was comfortable with playing. So I mean, it was just the fact that the first part of the season in Phoenix, I got that first injury, and it was against the Denver Nuggets.
Oh.
And I remember I think, who was that? No, it wasn't Fat, it wasn't him. The second time I got injured and had to have I was out, was from the same team, Denver.
Oh,
When I
wow.
rolled my ankle, when I rolled my left ankle and tore all my ligaments in it, it was against Denver also.
Was that when Kiki was on the team?
Yeah, I think I stepped on Fat Lever's foot on a fast break. Yeah.
Man, what a nickname that was, Fat Lever.
Fat Lever.
I guess a lot of people forgot about him.
Oh, not us. We're historians.
No, you can't forget about Fat Lever.
No, I wanted to take a break while Will was kind of opening up things, and I just wanted to tell the viewers tonight just how big of a heart Will has. You know what I mean? Like, this man was so gracious to me, you know, because he knew about my service and stuff like that, and he actually gave me his warm up from the Bad Boys days, and I never really got to. I wanted to thank him in person for it. I was looking for it tonight, but it was in storage just because we move around so much. But
in storage?
I'm in the Navy. I got to keep moving.
In storage?
I know. I got caught up.
Well, wait a minute. You just sent me a picture of it the other day.
I did. So this show ain't about me.
But in his defense, though, he just moved.
It's my warm-up jacket.
It is your warm-up jacket from the Bad Boys days, and we just moved, so I wanted to keep it kind of protected.
Hey man, no, I ran out of the tunnel in that jacket. I got on the bus with that jacket, and that jacket was wet with champagne.
Oh, was it?
And it's in storage.
I was wondering why. It ain't in storage in a bad way. It's storage in a good way because the next house we getting is permanent, so we're gonna put it up.
Oh,
Hey, you need to just send it over here, Jordan. I'll store it.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah, you know, I got ready to send it to you. My wife wasn't very enthused about letting it go because she was like, "You're gonna send this to him?" I was like,
Man.
"Yeah." I said, "The guy's in the military. I mean, you know, yeah, you got to get something nice sometime."
Well, it's the nicest thing that was ever given to me from another, you know, athlete or anybody. I mean, it's something that I cherish big time, and it's a one-of-a-kind item. I mean, it is so cool. And being the Bad Boys fan that I am, I mean, just to now not only be able to call you a friend and work with you, what a pleasure. This is just awesome.
I know. I sent it to you because I had faith that it's going to be in a safe place, and I knew that, you know, someone of your character will take care of it and make sure it's there and being remembered for a long time to come.
Man, well, I appreciate it. And you know what? This is kind of my attempt at showing you thank you, because I really want people to understand and make sure to go out and see your food truck and make sure to show the support, because there's not a lot of guys like you out there with a heart like that.
Well, I try to be an example because there's so much badness is going on now. And it's outrageous. So, I mean, the best I can do these days is try to, you know, somebody from the past may want me to do this, do that. You know, I have no problems with it because it brings back all the good times that they had.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, so we got somebody in the waiting room right now. You want to say hi to your first fan?
Sure.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to admit our first guy here.
Tree trunk.
Tree Trunk. Let's see. We're going to admit
His
him
nickname
right.
is Tree Trunk?
I guess so. It's
Man.
better than Fat Lever.
That could be.
Let's see if he's connecting right now. Let's see here.
Hey, William, did you always know you'd go to play college ball at Memphis?
Well, through high school, all the guys on our team were from all the high school teams here in the city, all the big high school teams like Frazier, Westwood, Mitchell, Melrose, Hamilton, all us was all rivals since we're in a small city. So we all had like high school games where pretty much they had rope around the floor. You'd think we had star players there, but it was on that high school game because this is a high school game city. And
That's cool.
a lot of our games that we played in had to be that way.
Right.
And since all of us were so close that in the summertime, we used to go hang out at each other's houses. We used to go to their parks across town and play, ride bicycles. Their mothers always knew us. Everybody was feeding us all the time. And we all were that close. We were like, why not go to the same school? We all know each other, so we all know how to go and play. So all of us decided to go to University of Memphis at the same time. Well, it's Memphis State nowadays.
Yeah.
Nah. Tree Trunks on the air.
Hey, Jason, how you doing, Jason? You're muted, buddy. Can you hear? Try to say something now. Nah, still muted, bud.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
This
Don't worry about that right now, Will.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that right now.
Okay.
Nah. Hey, Jason, can you? I know you can hear us. We can't hear you quite yet, bud. Okay, you're working on it. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep talking.
Cool.
We'll keep talking.
Nah. What you see there, Will? What's the first thing you see, bud?
Well, the first thing now is this 1986 one.
Oh man, that one's sick. That one's really cool.
Yeah.
What game is
in the
that?
white.
Who's that against? Can you tell?
Hey, believe it or not, you won't believe this, but I know exactly whose arm and hand that is.
Really?
Think about this. This is one of the things I'm going to put in my book as well. That guy right there, believe it or not, is the NBA's all-time leading scorer.
That's Kareem.
Exactly. I was 5 years old when I first watched this guy play basketball professionally. And I grew up to play against him my first year in the NBA. It's his last year.
Yeah, you played a couple times against him.
I have another picture of me when he has the basketball and I'm standing behind him guarding. I have a real full body picture of that. And I want to hope to get it signed one day if I ever get back out there.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Nah, that was your first year. You know, a lot of people don't talk about your first year. A lot of people talk about the Pistons, but I'm a Pistons fan first, but that was actually, you had your best season in Phoenix.
Yes, those were my best seasons. And then I was playing on one leg.
Playing on one leg?
That was my first time ever having any kind of surgery. And that brace on my leg, I wasn't supposed to be in the game.
Testing.
Oh, testing. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We can see you. Well, we did.
Am I here?
You're here. Hey, Jason, I'm going to give you your chance to talk to Will. This is the night about the fans, man.
William, good to see you, my man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. For me, like basketball started around about 77, 78 when Detroit was just god awful. We had like John Mangel and Ronnie Lee, great players, but like overall as a team, they just blew. So it wasn't really until Dick Vitale came and really ruined our team that we started getting on the right direction. And so then we got Isaiah Thomas and we just started building pieces and getting Dumars and then Rodman and a few others in the draft, John Sally. And then eventually we got you. We also got James Edwards from Phoenix, but you guys came over at different times. I was kind of curious of a couple of things. One is, what were practices like? Like, it had to have been crazy. That team was so good. I mean, the practices were probably better than the game.
Well, I mean, in most NBA teams, we have closed practices for one reason. And that reason is that things might get said or things might happen in practice that is really only done in the heat of the game or in the heat of practice and in competition between two good athletes. But if you're letting the press and anybody off the street in there and they see something that may happen or, they see somebody say something about another guy, which, during the practice, any guy gonna say anything when you get heated. They
Yeah.
might take that out and take that outside the team and cause a big conflict in the reporters and all the newspapers and all over the league. So that's why we have closed practices. And then when we have closed practices, it's really asked of us not to say or talk about anything that happens in practice, just like if you're in Vegas.
But I got to imagine those practices were insane though. Like, I mean, you had Hall of Famers all over that team, and guys that were just awesome and just going at it. And Bill Lambert, what a sweetheart he is. I love him. Glad he was on my team, but
Yeah. I mean, that's like everybody talk about how was Lambert? How was he? He seemed like he's a bad guy. Everybody hate him. Well, if he's on another team, yeah, you hate him. But if he's on your team, you love him to death because he keeps guys out of their game.
oh, absolutely.
And the hard fouls, come on, man. The game is so soft these days. Those fouls were just hitting people on the arm. Give them when they jump in the air, hit them with your body. It ain't like we were just slamming folks and giving them concussions and eyes bleeding where they need stitches. It wasn't like that. It was just physical playing. Put a
Just
body
Scottie
on it.
Pippen, right?
Huh?
Just Scottie Pippen is the only one you did it to, right?
I didn't do anything to him. He was only scared of Dennis. He wasn't scared of me.
Oh man. Hey Jason, you got any other questions for Will? Or you got anything else to say?
Hey, are you in contact with any of the former Pistons or any of your former teammates?
Not as much. I think I've talked to John Sally a few times, but hey, most of those guys are out doing their own thing. They have commercials and stores and TV shows and they got all that stuff going on. So it's just it's a lot to try to contact them or get in touch with them because they're always running and going, just like if they're still playing. When you're playing basketball, you 4 games a week in 4 different cities, so you really never have a time.
Yeah.
No, but hey, Jason, man, we really appreciate you taking part tonight. We wanted to give anybody who wanted to give a chance to talk to Will a chance, man, and we just, we appreciate you.
It's great, like what you're doing, Will, and hopefully we can help you out a little bit at the same time. But you're like, I've been collecting autographs since 1985, so I'm over 100,000, and
Wow.
you are one of the hardest to find in basketball. So
What?
when this came along, it's like yes. So
Oh, really?
I appreciate you doing this.
Well, I appreciate you even looking for me. There's not many people still looking for me out there.
Well, you were on those championship teams though. That's what people care about. It's like they want to get all those players, the guys who were part of those teams.
Well, Jason, as a Detroit fan, you and I both, I think it's safe to say that William has been one of the hardest guys to get a signature from, not because he's a bad guy, just because it's just hard to find him.
That's exactly what it is too, and that's why I was kind of curious with I didn't really want to take up too much time here, but they've had a couple of reunions now. Have they reached out to you? Have they? Not at all. Does anybody know how to get a hold of you though?
Yes, the NBA has everybody's number.
Okay, so I'll leave it at that then, because I'm just kind of curious because some of the guys come up. We've seen Aguirre come up, a bunch of the guys have been here, and I was just kind of curious if they had reached out to you or not.
Not at all.
Okay.
But make no mistake, Team Odyssey is going to get Will out to Detroit. You mark my words. So that is on camera. That is on film. We are getting this man out to Detroit. Don't worry about it.
I would love to see you up here. Love it.
I would love to revisit. I heard a lot has changed since I left.
Yeah, the stadium's a
and
little
the
bit
Palace is
different.
not even there anymore.
It's totally gone.
Hey, Jason, thanks again, bud.
How come they took the Palace down?
Say what?
Why did they destroy the Palace? For what?
Jason, you want to answer that?
Well, they built that new arena, and Tom Gores, who bought the Pistons from Davidson, he's all about money and stuff. So once they built the one downtown, he decided he'd move downtown with that, and there was really no use for the Palace up there, and that land is worth a lot of money.
What about the hockey teams or music events and stuff like that?
Yeah, everything's downtown though with that brand new state of the art, arena. It's like right up
Bigger
to
than the
date. So
Palace?
the Palace is still good. I mean, you could still play basketball in there, still have good concerts and stuff, but everybody wants that state of the art, all the luxury suites and stuff. Like the Palace was built really just a teeny bit too early, just a little bit, it was right on that fringe.
Yeah. So the place downtown is bigger?
It's bigger and it's really, really nice. You're gonna love it when you get up here.
Wow.
All right, Jason, take care, my man.
All right, guys.
All right, bye. Take
Thanks,
care, buddy.
Jason.
Bye-bye.
They tore it down,
Yeah,
right?
he said it did.
They sell pieces of that floor and
Somebody
stuff.
still has some.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna bring on our next guy. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hope he's not one of the Michael Jordan guys.
Oh, actually, I know this is my man right here. This is my buddy Mike Donovan. Holy cow, I haven't seen Mike in ages. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Let's see if we can get your video on here.
Okay, we're gonna get on. You can say hi,
Hey,
buddy.
Big Mike, this old friend of mine. How you
I'm
doing?
having fun today.
You say hi to Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Hi, bud. How you doing?
Well, I'm not. We're in the basement right now.
You're in the basement with Dad, huh? You've
In
got
my
no
card
lip,
room.
right?
So yeah, it's kind of.
This is his office. This is his office.
Man,
You want to watch a movie? Want to do that a second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You
Christ,
do
you're
that.
getting big, bud.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting bigger a little bit.
Yeah.
good.
Mommy
That's a
had
nice
reset
collection up
class,
there,
so we're
man.
doing this. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hey, great. Yeah, great collection in the back of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can show you a little bit of this. This is my autographed Haven right here. I have some NBA
Wow.
stuff, just from different players, not as much as you'd think. Interesting story though about NBA. So I was at a game. My friend used to get tickets from Bentler Automotive. So he says, "Hey, do you want to go to a Pistons game? They're playing the Pacers that night." I said, "Yeah, that's fine." Well, I was at the Brawl game. So I was at that game.
Allison,
the notorious one. Yeah, I was there. I was in the lower bowl. I saw it all happen. I didn't do anything. Although I did actually
They
get
all
to
say, Mike.
no, I really didn't, but I did actually get to meet Ben, and he signed
Oh,
this
wow.
because I remember he was kind of mourning. Was it his? Who was it
Mom's
that
brother.
passed away? I was talking to his brother, I think it was,
Yeah.
and he was. So I've actually kind of made friends with him, and really great guy. He's it was pretty neat. So, but it was funny how afterwards I've kind of connected with people that were there and said, "Hey, this is what happened to me." So, yeah, interesting.
Nice.
Man, hey, this is no, we appreciate you coming out. So I'll let you talk to Will. I'm gonna get out of the way for a second.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing, sir?
I am good. I watched you play a few times in your career. I'm excited to meet you.
Well, I'm glad that you're excited. This is my first time ever being on a Zoom meeting as well.
Oh yeah.
Hi there.
Cards, boy.
You say hi to Mr.
Use some cards.
Can you say hi to Mr. Bedford?
Hey, Mr. Bedford.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm in the basement in Daddy's office.
Yeah. Okay. Can you go play just for a second? I'm sorry, but yeah. No, I've read about you quite a bit in your story, and I know you work with youth, and I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 27 years. I do a food distribution. I know Jordan was saying that you're doing food distributions.
Mhm.
I've started one in the district I work in. I've done it for 8 years now.
Mhm.
And we do a partnership with a program called Feeding America.
Mhm.
And we've been feeding about any place from 152 to 213 families
Wow.
every month. And I work in a district where it's a free and reduced lunch. We're 100% free and reduced lunch, largely Hispanic population. I actually just got a student from Guatemala, And this week I'm getting 8 refugees from Afghanistan.
Hmm.
So I work with a lot of at-risk people and populations, and we've done a lot of things to raise money for, like our baseball program. We've done auctions. and
Yeah, I
stuff
see you
like
have a
that.
lot of baseballs back there.
Yeah, I actually worked for, kind of fell into a summer job. I worked for the Tigers as a analytics person. I used to film their prospects, and I would work with their minor league and hitting and fielding and their pitching coordinator. So I got to know a lot of guys over the years and be around a variety of different athletes and become friends with several of them, kind of like Jordan did. So it's neat. It's neat to kind of just talk about something I enjoy, but find out just the people that are behind the people you watch on TV. So it's good. So sorry about my entertainment in the background too.
Oh,
So
that's okay. That's okay. I love kids.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I have Bryce is 4.5, and he's going on about 13. He's pretty smart little boy.
He sounds
So-
like it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's something else. So yeah.
No.
So it's most 50-year-old men like me don't have 4-year-olds or 5-year-olds. So
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
I'm
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
meeting I'm meeting more and more of us that are like that. So it's good to see a few. So
Right.
yeah. But
I
no,
know. I know your pain.
you know my pain. Okay. Do you have? I should know this, but do you have?
Yeah, I have. My oldest is 37 and my youngest is 5.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're in the same boat as me.
Same boat you in.
Okay, you get it. So yeah. It's just that things aren't as when you're 50 and you're trying to like fling fastballs at people and run and do things like that, it doesn't quite work as it once did.
Yeah,
So,
your mind saying is working 100%, but the body is not doing it.
no, I know. I had
It's
microfracture
not,
surgery
it's
on
not
the
gonna.
knee.
It's
So,
not gonna agree with you.
yeah, I get it. Okay, well, yeah, well, it's nice to know. It's nice to know that you're in the same boat as me. So,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
love it. The best thing that's ever happened to me by far. Forget the autograph stuff and the sports memorabilia. I, could care less about that. It's been wonderful just being a dad, and
Yeah, it is.
yeah, it really is. And working with who I work with, I'm blessed to work with the kids that I work with, and I'm
Right.
had a great career as a teacher.
But hey, Mike, man, we appreciate you stopping by to say hi to Will, buddy. It's
Yeah.
good seeing you. I'm going to call you later on this week.
Yeah, sounds great. So, well, it's nice to meet you, and I wish you best of luck in everything that you're doing and in your endeavors. Okay,
All right.
if you ever
Thank you.
need
I very much
anything,
appreciate it.
reach out. Okay,
Thank you.
love to talk to you. Thanks.
Take care, Mike.
Take care.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
You the kid.
Oh, man, that kid's funny. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. Nah, okay, we get some signing done now for a little bit. Sorry, but man, it's been fun so far.
Yeah. I'm at this point I'm signing cards in blue.
And blue? Okay.
Let's see one.
Yeah, how'd it turn out?
Like these.
Like
There you go.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stacks.
Oh my goodness. So, but I mean, like when you, as a player, you probably did a couple appearances here and there as a player, though, I'm sure.
Every place I went to was like a school or boys' home or something like that, or it wasn't anything with adults in it. And then when I would have did it was for free. And the guy that did it for us was telling me that, all the Isaiah and all them guys like the start of the first round of the 8th, they don't want us to get paid for that kind of stuff. Now that everybody else is on the bench. Not like today, some of those guys on the bench, you got some high contracts and big shoe endorsements, and you're not even seeing them play.
Yeah.
Well, Jason made a good point earlier. You got to understand, though, is like I don't care if you're the starting person on a championship team or the 12th name or the 12th man, your name will always hold value because there, you know, if you notice, like if you saw Mike's room, I mean, he has a room full of baseballs. He has a room full of history, and you would be surprised at how many people are going to be thrilled to get back these cards because, like they said, they're missing you from a collection. They're missing you from something that they have their heart and soul in.
He
Yeah.
said you were hard to find.
That's what he told me. I mean, but he found me pretty easy.
Yeah, he found you now.
Yeah. Jordan, where are you?
Where am I?
Yeah.
I have a little cave in my garage.
I see. That's what I'm looking at there. I thought you was at a big studio or something.
Oh man, I wish. No big studio for me. As you can see my door right here, and
Yeah.
it's a disconnected garage. And you know, the team,
That's man
the team
cave.
yeah, the man cave. Actually, it's more of a kid cave. It's got all my kids' toys in here. The Team Odyssey headquarters is currently being built, but we got a government shortage on wood, so
Uh-oh.
not yet. That's a story for a different day.
Hey, you said you had a couple games against Kareem. Did you ever block that sky hook?
Well, I'll tell you what, and some of these people around might tell you I'm not telling you the truth, but the very first time he turned to shoot the skyhook, I tipped it. I tipped it. Yeah, I tipped it, the first one. And for the rest of that year, I didn't touch another one.
He corrected whatever it was. Wasn't it?
Whatever happened, the next time he got down there, I never touched another one.
How was he on the court? Was he friendly to you, or was he pretty stoic?
He didn't talk much. Kareem
Yeah.
never talked much. I mean, you know, he maybe talked to his teammates some, but he never, you know, or go off on the referees real bad, but he would never dirty talk you, you know.
Yeah.
Who was your hardest competition? Who was the hardest center you had to face?
I give you 2 guesses, and the first one don't count.
Okay. I'm honestly going to say this. Bill Lambier in practice.
Nope.
Chris, your guess.
Oh man.
Just think about the centers in the NBA in my time.
I'll take my second guess. I guess Chris gets 2 guesses too. I'm going to go with Ewing.
Nope.
Okay.
No Ewing.
No Ewing.
It's somebody obscure, isn't it?
Listen, this guy should have won the MVP of the NBA every year of his career. As a center, he should have won it every year. He was just that good.
Oh, I know who it is. But Chris, I'm going to let you take your 2 guesses, and I'm going to take my consolation prize.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's the dream.
Absolutely.
It's the dream.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he dominated, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he should have been most valuable player every year because night in, night out, I don't care if he was playing against a 6'5" player or 6'10" player, 7-footer, anybody outweighed on anything. I don't care what they did. At the end of the night, look at the stats. Look at the stats. The year that they so-called named him the David Robinson, the MVP player of the year, you know, what did King do to him the entire series?
Right.
He wore him out the entire series.
Yes.
That's not saying that Dave is a bad person or Dave is a bad player or anything, but King was just throwing moves that nobody had seen, and he was at a big man size. You know, he had great footwork. Now, David is a good guy. Now, don't get me wrong. David can play. David ranks up there amongst the greatest too. But, you know, the dream is probably about the only person I probably had to. He's the only one that really blocked my shot before.
Well, it's funny you bring up Robinson because I was going to save this for later, but it came at the right time. You know, your teammate Dennis Rodman went to the Spurs after you, and but he really had a problem with the Spurs practicing habits compared to the Pistons. Did you see a big difference in the practicing habits between the Spurs and Pistons?
Well, no two teams really practice alike. You can't practice one way because your team is practicing another way.
Right.
I went from when they traded me from Detroit, I went from there to the Clippers. It was a total different atmosphere, total different workout schedule, total different ways that they worked out. And then when I got waived from there to go to the Washington Bullets, another total atmosphere of workouts and drills and different things and days that they would hold practice and how long they would hold practice. So then after I left that, I go to the CBA, Oklahoma City Calvaries, and Coach Henry Bibby had another way of practicing. And it's just something that you have to get used to as a player and an athlete. No two coaches are gonna practice the same. And it's like I wish I'd have had my high school coach my entire career, but that was the guy that taught me, most of the things I knew about basketball. And when I went to the Spurs, I played up under Jerry Tarkanian and John Lucas at one point. Both of them are two totally different coaches and coaching styles and practices altogether. So if Dennis was complaining about a practice, I don't see why. I mean,
From what I heard, he didn't come to too many in San Antonio anyway, but that's a story for a different day. Hey, Chris, before I turn over for your question, because he said he played on the Spurs with Tarkanian and Lucas, I have to ask about one more player that is really kind of an NBA enigma. Lloyd Daniels. What?
Oh yeah.
Like, what was playing against him like?
well, Lloyd Daniels is one of the most gifted guards I've seen in a long time as far as floor general, how to pass and get a ball there. He was more of a showcase type of player, and his whole game revolved around that. And he was nice to see with it because he was effective.
Right. He was lights out in my Sega game.
He was.
Bro, he could tear it up.
Oh yeah.
That's
Chris,
great.
your question, my man.
Hey, so your third game in the NBA, you remember it? Against the
Nope.
Bulls.
Nope.
Did
What
you
happened?
get any shots in at Michael?
What happened?
Michael Jordan and the Bulls come in.
I
It was-
didn't play it.
You guys won 114, 112.
Well,
Michael had a big 43 on you guys.
that's because he was the only one shooting.
It was.
At those times, he was the only one shooting. I mean,
So you had 10 points, been 3 fouls. Were there any of those fouls against Michael?
What you say now?
You had 3 fouls in that game. Was any of those against Mike?
Man, I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that was more on Walter Davis. I think Walter Davis had the whole mic.
Yeah. He had a pretty good game that game, too.
He was the only one shooting.
Yeah. No, Walter Davis had a good game.
Oh, Walter Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walter was a pretty good player, man. I think he was very underrated, if you ask me. I don't think he really got the recognition that he should have because he was a great shooter. I mean, the guy at his age never stopped running. I mean, this guy ran the court the entire time he was on the floor.
Yeah, he was a great
See
player.
this one, Steph? I was showing my wife some of these cards.
Is that the first time you've seen some of those, Will? Or in a
No,
long?
I've seen all the cards, but it's been a minute since I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Yeah, some of these I see all the time, but I got this one right here. There's the Clippers. This one, I haven't seen this one in so long.
That's a
Oh,
cool
yeah.
one, that old skybox.
Yeah, I haven't seen this
Skybox.
one because it has my whole, look on the back, Steph. It has my whole face on the back.
Okay, so I had a question because I know you wore number 50 for the Pistons as well as number 0. What was the change?
Okay. I was number 50 coming out of college, going into Phoenix,
Right.
being traded to Detroit. 50. Nobody had 50. But when a certain guy was drafted and came to Detroit, he had more seniority over the zeros. I wanted to start over, start fresh, new, that's why I started wearing 00. But then this other guy came to my team that ended up being one of the best friends I ever had in my entire career of basketball, friendship. I mean, this guy was just unbelievable on the things that we used to share and go through. And it was Orlando Woolridge.
Rest in
And,
peace.
mhm. And it was just one of a kind, man. It hurt me a lot when he did pass away. And well, I won't never ever probably experience another guy like him.
What, it's funny that you bring up Orlando because I think he's one of the most underrated players in the history of the game. He had some great years. What made Orlando so special with you?
Well, we spent a lot of time together, and we spent a lot of time on and off the court, and I got in trouble before with racing, where really I had too many points on my driver's license from getting tickets from racing.
Right.
And I was suspended for a full year. During the season, I was suspended for the whole year of driving. I could not drive to practice, to games, to the airport, to nothing. Orlando Woolridge picked me up the entire year, and we never was late.
Man,
And we never was late one time.
No.
Not once. And that's a full year from him having to come through from his house, pick me up every day for practice, pick me up every day for the games, pick me up every day to go to the airport.
No, that's a good friend right there. And I mean, and like I said, everything I've heard about that Pistons team is like family first.
Yeah, we were, man. We were pretty close around those times because we spent a lot of time together. Playing against each other in practice was very, very, what do you call it, competitive. We mainly looked out for each other, like, so in a game, if you mess with one of us on that team in that game, there was somebody's going to get you back. One way or the other, you're going to get yours back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's so awesome.
But some of those days, I wouldn't trade them for nothing in my life. It was like one of the greatest experiences I ever had. And I don't think I ever have experiences like that again, but it was fun when it lasted.
It's funny you say that because as a fan of the Bad Boys, I'll remember those things. I was really little. But I remember just my granddad and my dad talking about all those days and just kind of like, I kind of caught on later on and it just became such a passion to be a Bad Boys fan. And now you go back into the city of Detroit and they're just selling nothing but Bad Boys stuff. Nobody really wears Detroit stuff of today. So it's like you go to the stores and all you see is Bad Boy shirts. It's just, it's a cool,
So that fraternity has stuck, huh? I mean, they still do it?
Oh, Big Will. You go to the stores out in Detroit, you go to anything. When we get you out here, you're going to see that people, I have a Bad Boys coat. You know what I mean? Like,
The black one with the skull on it?
Oh yeah. They sell them. Wow. We got to get you one.
Yeah, I'm definitely wearing it, but it's, I don't know if they make them my size though.
I think you'd be surprised. You ain't the first 7-footer that's won the Bad Boys jacket.
Hey, I know if they can get one that fit Rick Mahorn, I know I can fit it.
Yeah, Rick's a big boy.
Rick's a big dude, man. But Rick is a real good dude, though, man. But they just big. He's a big dude.
Well, Rick's just wide. Rick's wide
and big.
Yes, yeah. Rick's a truck. Rick is one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen. Him and Stacey King might be the two biggest human beings I've ever seen.
Hey, Stacey King's pretty good, but I think Rick is better. Rick, I see Rick Mahorn was kind of a lot of underrated too because. I mean, he used to hold some pretty important people at that position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's caused a lot of people, during our time as Bad Boys back to back, Rick Mahorn is the cause of some of those guys not having a ring.
Facts.
That's true.
Nah, absolutely. Chris, your question, man.
That's true. When you were in practice, when Jason was on there, was there anybody that on your team that you didn't like as far as practicing against?
Back then,
Anybody
Did
get
I
under your
hate-
skin?
Oh, got under my skin?
Yeah, it caused you some,
Bill Lambier is one that got up under my skin. You know, everybody knows that. He gets up under everybody's skin.
so he did in practice what he did in games to everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the Pistons. What you seen on the court was the same thing we were doing in practice.
Right.
We were beating each other in practice. We were hammering. We were doing all that in practice because if we can do you like this in practice, when you get in the game, it's not going to be as hard. You can play through it. So that's why we beat each other up, for real.
So was there anybody on the team who was untouchable as far as like Michael? Nobody fight Michael back on the
No,
Bulls.
everybody
Everybody
on
was
our
fair
team,
game.
everybody on our team pulled up their shorts the same way. Everybody's gonna fight. We're gonna fight together. Let's do
Gonna
it.
do it.
That's right.
That's so crazy. I mean, that's awesome though. I mean, that's what made you guys champions. I mean, the sports geek is going to get out me, and I'm going to tell everybody something during the big man era of basketball, which probably came until about 2003. There's only two teams that won championships without a Hall of Fame big man, which is the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls. That is serious. Every other center from 1949 all the way up to 2003, all were Hall of Fame big men. Jack Sikma,
Yep.
Nate Thurman, Bill Russell, obviously, Robert Parrish, all them guys.
Yeah.
Willis Reed. So that's what made the Pistons special, is that you guys really, 1 through 12, man, were just strong.
Yeah. Well, we played like it in practice. That's what made it look so good on the floor.
Absolutely.
How was it playing against Robert Parrish?
The Chief is kind of a hard person to play against. You're not going to stop his jump shot, but I mean, he's a real physical player too. He'll give you some of those elbows.
Yeah. That was a tough team, that Celtics team.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to bring this up just because it's the draft, but because we've seen the picture of you, Chris Washburn, and Len Bias. What was it like playing against Bias at those pre-draft camps and stuff like that?
I never got a chance to play against him in the pre-drafts. I've always seen him on TV playing against Mike, or just hearing about him at different pickup games and stuff that we had while we were out showcasing, for the NBA. That when you was going around different teams, I would always hear this man did this, he did that, he did this, but actually really see him in person do things, I didn't have that chance. But during the draft, we sat and talked because we were sitting beside each other. And just from what I knew then, he's a pretty good guy. I mean, to me, it doesn't think this guy even drink any strong alcohol. I think you look at him, you think this is just a poster child,
Yeah.
It was a tragic story, but it's one of the weirdest drafts in history. Because the Hall of Famer that came out of it was a second round pick, being Dennis Rodman. But also,
right.
You had two big men that were drafted ahead of you, which was Chris Washburn and Brad Daugherty. Did you get some time against those guys?
Chris, not so much. Brad Daugherty, yes, when he played with Chicago, I had a lot of time to play against him. He's not a physical player. He's more of an outside type of game, a fluid, rotating player. But I didn't have any problems with him or anything.
Yeah.
That's just the way we were. It wasn't a lot of games that he played in that I was in at the same time. Because you look at when they traded me from Phoenix to the Pistons, they set me on the bench behind four guys.
But you know what? Hey, you got a title out of it, and that makes you king of the hill.
Well, I got a title out of it, but I ain't king of the hill.
Well, it makes you a part of that fraternity, is what I mean.
All right. Okay.
When you got
That's no
traded to
part
the
of it.
Pistons, were you happy about that? Were you glad to go to Detroit?
Yes and no. Yes, because Phoenix, when I got drafted to Phoenix, I knew Phoenix was an upcoming team and they didn't win a lot of games. They were like, almost like the last on the totem pole back then, but they were upcoming. Detroit was too. Detroit was in the runnings for championships to be in the playoffs and to go further than I've been on, even on my high school or college times, you know, because I play way more games.
Right.
But at that point in time, yeah,
Yeah.
I loved every bit of it.
Nah. How's them cards coming along, Will? How you looking, buddy?
Well, I'm almost done. I'm at the last stack that you signed with the silver pins.
Gotcha. Has it been easy? Has it been an easy thing for you to do? Like, was it?
Yeah, it's easy. It's all self-explained. Just explain right out, you know.
No, it's funny is that we had some people that, like I said, we're really working on getting you out to Michigan because we really want, there's a lot of fans out there that I've been talking to recently that, you know, Team Odyssey been talked to that just want, like, kind of like what Jason said earlier, that actually just want to be able to meet you. And we're going to make that happen for sure.
Okay.
We got a lot of people that wanted to send in big things like seat backs from the Palace and
Wow.
team basketballs, and you know, just for mail purposes, you know, we didn't want to lose that stuff in the mail or damage it. You know, we didn't want you to have a big Christmas box at the house. So, you know, be prepared when you get out here to get that hand ready, because like I said, I think you're gonna have a lot of big items come your way.
I'll be ready. You seen this one, Stephanie? Look at this one. You seen this one? Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Which one you looking at?
The Spurs one, sitting on the floor stretching.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Stephanie, how you doing?
Chris, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, it's good to see you. Come on, camera, say hi.
I'm all up on the camera. I'm the better half of
Hey, you know
of
this
him.
is gonna be on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, you interrupting our meeting,
I
right?
know, right? So he kept
Hey.
calling me over here. Did he not, Jordan? Did he not keep calling me over here?
As far as I'm concerned, your name is under there, so it's okay. This
See
is
that? See that? See,
Oh, yeah.
see, I can tell you're married.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. Smart guy. Yeah,
I mean,
smart guy.
the
Y'all know,
purpose of,
y'all for doing this.
Hey, wait though. This is a good time to plug the food truck one more time.
yeah, absolutely.
But go ahead.
So Willie B's Mobile Kitchen is the bum diggity bum, and he is the cook. Yes, he loves to cook, and what he loves is like, so he has such a giving heart. He loves when people enjoy his food and come back. It just does something to his soul. Now we have to get a custom truck because he is 7'1".
Yeah.
So we had to get an 8-foot truck. So he can actually stand up all the way in the truck. Like, this is like crazy, right? But I knew it was a dream of his. And so we said, you know, what's the one thing that you would, like, I'm about passion. I'm about like working in your passion. You never had to work another day in your life. Basketball was his first passion, although he really didn't like playing. But that's what that paid his bills. The second passion is cooking. And as with that, he loves to cook. He would do it for free. And one of the things that I just saw joy come to his face, and he probably would never tell y'all this, but he loves feeding the homeless.
Nice.
Which for me, I think this is like when I first saw him do it, my heart just skipped 10 beats. And I was like, I'm so proud of this dude. That's why I married him, because his heart is bigger than Texas. But a guy comes up and he was like, hey man, what can I get with like I only have like $1 and some change. How many wings can I get for this? He was like, hey man, come on over here. What you want? Tell me anything on the menu you want, you got it. So he brings it over and he was like, well man, I can't really pay. He was like, it's on me. And just to see the smile on his face, him, Will Bedford, as provided for him, and the guy that received it, just made my heart so happy. And I knew that he was doing the right thing.
You know, that's what we talked about earlier, Stephanie. I'm sure you were listening on the back end, but you know, I had the opportunity to talk to you a couple times off camera myself, and you know what, you've been nothing but a doll, nothing but nice to me and my family. And you know, it's good that good people get surrounded by good people. Yeah. And you know what, I'm glad that you got to come on camera, because like this whole thing, kind of what me and Chris have talked about when we put together Team Odyssey. And Chris, you can you can chime in, is that we wanted to build a team around guys that we're all, you know, if we all need each other, you know, we can reach out. You know what I'm saying? This is a passion for us. You know, one, I get to work around athletes that I grew up idolizing and stuff like that. But also, you know, sometimes early in life, we weren't surrounded by the best team. And now if we surround ourselves around good people, good things are going to happen.
So I'm going to say this and then I'm going to exit stage left. In life, we all deserve a chance. It's that first chance, second chance, third chance, whatever. Like we've all come short of the glory of God, right? So God always says that you do to the least of these, do to me. And I really just believe that. Like I lived my entire life in that way, and so does Will. And so who are we to judge anybody? Who are we to say, oh, well, this person did this, that, and the fourth? No. And really, I think that this is I've never seen him smile so much. Talking about his basketball life. So I know he's like, what? Are you really telling about my secrets? Yeah, I am. So I think.
Well, everybody out there in TV land, they understand. Those of y'all that's married, you understand. So I better not hear no lip.
Yeah, this is a family thing. You know, this is what we want to see.
Yeah, it brings me joy to see him happy. And thank you so much for providing this platform for him. And I appreciate both of you so much. And Team Odyssey, if you ever need anything, just come knocking.
Well, hey, you're a part of the team too, because this is a family-run operation. You know, Chris has his family, I have my family, and now we have your family. So we're all family. So,
awesome.
So we love.
Figure out how to get the food truck to drive up to Nashville for.
We can, or we can meet you halfway. I'll meet you in Jackson. How about that? Jackson's just
How come I'm the odd man out? I want to get some food out here in Michigan, man.
I know. Well, Jordan, that would be a tough bill. That would be like something. And I bet he would do good there too. Because Michigan don't really have like good barbecue.
And see, I have smoked sausage with coleslaw on them with the steak fries that I know Michigan don't even have. Because when I moved there, when I was playing basketball there, I couldn't find these sausages. And I had to have my mama to deep freeze them and put them in dry ice and send me some.
And they are the Circle B, the red skin Circle B smoked sausages that you can only find in Memphis.
You can only find here in Memphis. And see, everybody here has not had them like I prepare them. I deep fry. And nobody has had deep fried smoked sausage along with the homemade coleslaw.
You see this third skin growing?
The butter roll bread that comes with it, along with the big fat steak fries and a free soda all together.
Wow.
Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Here's the last plug on Willie B's. So we are at 2868 Park in the heart of town.
That's right. Right behind Melrose High School.
That's where you went, right?
Yes.
So what's so amazing about this story is he's taking it full circle. He's back in the same community that loved and respected him then. And it's funny because people come up and say, oh my God, it's really William Bedford this morning. I was like, is it really you? Is it the real you? Every time you come, I will give you $5. And you back here, you came back home. And so that's what really makes it better.
You're telling people now, it's time for you to go.
Anyway.
Bye, Stephanie. Thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you so much. And I honor I honor both of you for doing this for him. This is
You're a sweetheart. We appreciate
it. And I wish you all the best successes.
Thank you,
ma'am.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hey, William.
Yes.
You had mentioned your high school coach. You wish you could have played for your whole career with him.
Yes.
Is he still around?
No, he passed away years ago. His name was Coach Dorsey Sims. He coached at Melrose too, and that's, I also have my first original basketball coach that I first played anything about basketball, any kind of touching of a basketball, was a coach named Coach Spriggs, a guy here in Memphis that coached at Messick High School, which they closed down the year right after we left, right after we won the Martin Luther King tournament at that time. They closed the school down the following year. So that's why I ended up at Melrose.
Right.
At that school, just so happened it was only 2 ninth graders on the all senior high team. And that was me and another left-hand guy named Sidney Atkins, about 6'4" point guard.
Wow.
We were the only 2 on the all senior high team here in the city. And Mexico was a school that didn't have anybody about, they didn't care about nobody over there playing no basketball. Everybody looked down on us until we came to the Martin Luther King tournament. We came to the Martin Luther King tournament. They looked at us because we had the red and black, white striped pants with red jackets. They were saying like, oh, look at them clowns in their suits. They go, okay. When the game was over, they wasn't saying, look at those clowns no more.
Yeah.
We won it 2 years back to back.
So, this is a question I have, and, and I don't care. You can pick high school, college, and NBA. So it's okay if we don't know the name. I don't care. But I want to know, and you don't have to include yourself. You can be the 6th man of the star, whatever you want to be, but who are the 5 guys that are playing with William Bedford? Who are your top 5 guys to play alongside you?
On a starting 5 game in the NBA?
Well, the 5 guys that you would want to play with you to ensure victory. It could be a starting 5. You can be the starting center. But you 5 other guys.
College or pros?
All the above. I don't care.
Yeah, all the above.
High school, college, pro.
That's kind of tough because it's a lot of players that will be leaving out.
That's okay. We'll just offend everybody except the 5 you pick.
Well, I know one player I'm gonna pick for sure that nobody thinks and nobody even have a dream about it. I'm gonna pick Isaiah Thomas to be the first one. Why? Because I played with him 5 years, and I watched a guy that determination of basketball was so strong and so hard, and just it was just an experience to watch how he carried himself as far as the game wise.
Right.
Dennis Rodman will be another one because nobody can stop him from getting the boards. I need him. I would have Michael Jordan on there, and I also have Hakeem Olajuwon. Patrick Ewing will be on that team.
Man, so you're going with the Tri-Towers.
Yes.
Wow,
That's because we're damaging anybody that come inside, and coming off the bench for 6 man is Bill Laimbeer.
Okay. I love it.
So do you smell any conflict between Jordan and Isaiah though? Is that the
not
chemistry
if they're on the court at the same time, because you got to understand, once those guys get on the court at the same, Mike is a prolific scorer. That's all he wants to do is score. You know what I'm saying? But Isaiah is a team facilitator. You know, he will come down. Mike would probably get the majority of his baskets off of Isaiah's assists. So I think they'd be good together. I'd like to see them run together.
Let them fight it out in practice a little bit too.
Yeah,
Right?
let them fight out in practice, see who the best man win,
And listen, I think Isaiah and Jordan get along fine compared to Laimbeer and Jordan. So, to be honest.
Well, see, that's another story. That's another segment.
Yeah. That's a podcast after dark, right?
Oh man, there could be a lot of foul language in that thing going on.
Yeah.
Man, it's funny is that I'm gonna find this book. I wanted to send it to you in the mail when we sent this. I'm gonna send it to you when I find it. But it was a cookbook called Cooking with the Champs, and it was do you remember that book?
My daughter still has that book.
Does she?
Yeah, my recipe was the macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
Yes.
Man,
She still has it. She showed it to me the other day.
Like I said, I'm not another man to tell another man how to do their business, but I think it would be cool once in a while to grab that cookbook and make one of your teammates like favorite dishes as like a daily dish at the food truck.
Hey.
Yeah.
That might be something. Or make that the week special.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of genius, dude.
Yeah. You see, that's why I know him. See?
Well, we wear the same glasses.
Yeah.
And we both weigh the same too. I'm just
definitely there.
Smaller.
I think I'm more than you. I weigh more than you. I'm like what, 325?
I'm 40 pounds lighter, but I'm getting there.
Hey, I'm trying.
Something to shoot for, right?
I stopped. I've changed the way I've been eating and feel a lot better. I've lost like 15 pounds. So Well, no, I'm still trying to get all the way back down. I want to get down to at least about maybe 250,
Oh, well,
240.
you're looking good, man.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I want to get down to because I feel better being this, I guess because I lost all this weight dealing with this food trailer. You can't sit still. You got to prep in the mornings, and after you break down, you got to clean. So it's not like you just go out there and turn it on and let's start cooking. No, you got to prep for a whole almost 2 hours before you start. And then after you break down, it's another 2 hours after you break down. So if you close at 12, you don't get home till 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And we knew how busy you were with your schedule so for you to take the time out for everybody to sign this stuff tonight we really appreciate it.
Hey, we did set this up at a great time because tomorrow I have an event I have to go to. Yeah, the guy's supposed to call me at 6:49 now. He's supposed to call me at 7 o'clock. We have an event to attend tomorrow for a church. I think it's tomorrow from 10 to 2. I'm not really sure, but I'll find out the times tonight. And also I have one from 10 to 2 on Saturday for another church event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I usually take my truck out Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday and Saturdays. Like Wednesdays and Thursdays, I go out like 5 to 12. And then Fridays and Saturdays, I do 3 in the evening to 3 in the morning.
Man, I tell you what, that's crazy hours.
Well,
Dang.
hey, if you want some things in life and you want some good things, you want to have things, you work for it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. And I learned a long time ago, when you make money, you better try to save a little bit and pay yourself first.
Save a little.
Save a little bit. Don't try to save all. That's why I said a little bit. You can't save all.
It's
You
no
gotta save a
fun
little
to
bit.
Yeah, I do have to ask you though, on the cookbook, was any of the recipes in there a shock to you? Did like Lambier have, what was his? Was any of it like, man, I can't believe he had that recipe because that actually sounds good.
Well, see, the players knew who made the cookbook. Like the macaroni and cheese of mine, that was my ex-wife's recipe for hers. Yeah, I don't make it like that. But most of those pictures in there, most of those recipes were from the wives.
Yeah.
We're on the road 4 games a week in 4 different cities every week. It's hard to get a meal and cook it and try to say everybody sit down, let's eat dinner together because you live out of a plane in a bag for 9 months of the year.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
And I'm going to ask you kind of the finishing question. Me and Chris, when we've interviewed people in the past, we've always kind of asked this question. So if you could go back and talk to 18-year-old William Bedford as a grown man, what would you tell him? Like, what advice would you give him?
Oh boy. Oh. The advice I would give him would be study the game more, model myself after other players such as a Magic Johnson or Hakeem Olajuwon, Larry Bird, try to pattern myself behind those guys. Because if you look at it now, those guys are still successful today. And Isaiah told me one thing, it didn't dawn on me a long time ago when he told me, but it was just far-fetched to me. It's like, why is he saying this, And he always told me, he says, when you get out of the NBA, have something affiliated with the NBA because of the lifestyle that you're living now. It's going to be hard with the lifestyle after you leave here. So in order to live and continue the same lifestyle you are now, then you still need to be involved in the entertainment business some kind of way. And I didn't understand it at the time, because I was so bitter and so mad because I didn't get a chance to play as much as I wanted to play, or either get on the court and let me play, let me do mistakes and learn from the mistakes. None of the greatest players got on the court and was great from the start. They all had to bounce back from being a player that shoots 40 sometimes a game to a player that shoots 5 times a game and still win championships.
Right.
A lot of people had to get their confidence level coming from college to the NBA and was allowed to do that. I was bitter because I don't think I was allowed in 5 years allowed to really get out and play. Sometimes I played okay, mediocre, here and there, but I came from starting in Phoenix.
Right.
First time, I took Alvin Adams' spot, which he was a heck of a player in his day.
Alvin was a good player.
Yeah, and I started there in Phoenix. So after I got hurt in Phoenix, first part of the year, preseason, I come back and get the starting spot again. So if I can be a starter on Phoenix, team that we beat Detroit, we beat the Lakers, we beat the Bulls, then how come when I switch to another team, you set me behind these same guys that I whooped all year, all 2 years? I mean, I don't beat these guys all year long.
When you're talking about you came back and got that starting job back, you realize that you guys beat Indiana, you beat Detroit, Golden State, Utah Jazz twice, the Malone Stockton guys.
Mark Eaton, too. Big boy.
Yeah.
And you averaged, what, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 assists in that starting role.
Yes.
Your starting numbers, your
Strong.
starting numbers were strong as a starter.
Then,
Very strong.
then why go to Detroit and why put me behind the bench? All the off the court stuff, that doesn't matter. See, that's one of the things I hated back in those days. See, all the off the court stuff they frowned upon, worse than now. It's like, he was here, he was over there, would he be there? And I mean, look, as long as I'm on this court, as long as I'm representing our team, then what do you care about where I am or who I'm with? That's what I didn't get back then, is because in those times back then, it was more serious. They take up on you as being a professional player. You represent us in every form, fashion, that you couldn't get in trouble, say, or do anything back then because the pen is a mighty pencil, they always told us. And that's one of the reasons why I never said anything. That's why I never went to public. That's why I never screamed out at the media saying, let me trade me or do all this and the other, because I didn't want to bring no negativity to Detroit.
Right.
Not at all, because they were a winning team. They had some good players on the team, and I enjoyed being there. So I was unhappy, but I was happy. You understand what I'm saying? You can be both.
Well,
I was unhappy with not playing, but I was happy because I was on a team with a lot of great players and we was doing a lot of winning, and I got a chance to travel into some cities that I thought I'd never see. I got a chance to have vacations in places I thought I'd never have a vacation before. But like I said, it was a great experience. But if I do it all over again, I had to say so all back around, don't trade me to Detroit.
Yeah.
No. And it's funny is that I understand that. I understand that.
I mean, most people don't. Most people say, hey, people loved you in this city. They respected you in this city. When you got in trouble, you came back and everybody opened their arms for you. I understand that. I do wholeheartedly understand that.
Yeah.
But my biggest argument is, why were you playing me? I just wanted to play. Other centers that I've been playing against all the year before, after the games, be asking me, hey, man, why you ain't playing? Did you do something wrong? I'm like, no.
Will, and we don't, and like I said, at the end of the day, we don't know why things happen, but I will tell you this. I think the man that we're talking to today is a good guy. And you know what, I say this to my family, and every time that something goes wrong, things just happen for a reason.
Right.
But I will tell you that your accomplishments, they're not overlooked. And it's like what Jason said tonight. There's a lot of people out there that wonder how Will Bedford's doing. I know when we started talking years ago, that's kind of where I was at. You know what I mean? Like it was great to hear you doing good. It was great to hear you doing positive things, because we just, sometimes people disappear and we never know what happened.
Right. And then they think the worst because of the times that when you did have problems, you might have reverted back to that. But I never have since then. And I've been just striving and moving forward ever since, and trying to raise kids and, trying to build business.
I know I said I was going to ask the last question, but I got to ask one more question, and we're not going to go deep into it, but it's just curiosity. Do you got one ring or two?
I got one. I don't think I was on that first one when they played, when we beat LA.
Lakers.
Yeah, I was in the rehab then.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I thought I was still considered being on the team, but no, I wasn't. So the following year when we did it back to back, yeah, my ring does have back to back on it.
That's
Right.
awesome. That's awesome. And I'm glad. Hey, I'd kill to have one. So hey, you're a lucky man.
If you need a place to store it, I'll keep it for you.
Oh, I see all those books you got back there.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
I
hide
bet
it in
you
a
I
book.
can tell you a book you don't have.
Okay.
The Shack.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No,
What is it?
The Shack. Look it up.
Shaq. I don't have it.
When you read that book, what's the author? Oh, why am I sending it to him? They got thousands of books where they live. Look at all them books in the back of his house.
Cliff notes on what it's about.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
SHA.
I'm gonna tell you because everybody I suggest to go and read this book, they just blow their mind. I introduced it to my wife, and she read it, and it was like, wow, and if you read this book, it's about forgiveness, but which I have over the years, and I tell everybody, even if you're spiritual, even if you're not spiritual, read The Shack.
The Shaq.
SHACK.
Yes.
Got it. I just typed it into the phone. I'm gonna take you up on
I'm gonna tell you the author who is Williams or something.
Okay.
I'm telling you because this book is serious.
Okay.
And when you read it, you're gonna be like, I read that book. That's your expression.
Nice.
I said he got 1,000 books back there. I probably only read 2.
Yeah, none of them have pictures and they're not pop-up books. So I don't know how many Chris actually read, but that's just me.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
What's
look,
that?
the Mick.
picture
Oh,
books.
okay.
Picture
Okay.
books.
Oh yeah, the author to the book is William P. Young.
William P. Young.
Yes. It's
Got
called The Shack.
The
Get
Shack.
that book. Read it. Now it's gonna start off slow, but I guarantee you, when you get in the middle, or you get just past about this first, what is it? The second chapter, you just start to kick in on the third, right? Yeah, about the third, fourth chapter you get into, you will not put that book down.
It's gonna start slow like Kareem's Skyhook,
Yeah, almost as slow.
and then
Oh,
it warms
man.
up.
Hey, Big Will, man, we really have had a lot of fun tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
I did too.
And we really, a lot of people are gonna be happy about them getting their cards and stuff signed and all their pictures. And we just appreciate you doing it on camera. And we're looking forward to doing more with you, because you're
I
family.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, I really look forward to coming up there. I hope you bring me up there in the winter so we can go ice fishing. I did that one time up there, man, and hey, I loved every bit of it. We drove my truck actually out in the lake all the way to the shack and went inside, and this guy had a space heater on the shelf, the television going, the generator outside going. We sitting around eating, big old rug on the floor with a hole in the middle with fishing poles, and man, the fish that were coming out of there,
Hey,
everything you drop in the water, they taking.
my dad's the best fisherman I know, so we're gonna go. We're gonna get you out here this winter for sure.
Yes, I'm definitely coming. I'll drop everything. Food truck can't run in the summer and wintertime with snow.
Oh yeah.
Man, y'all don't talk to me about no snow. Y'all in Tennessee. I got effing Michigan snow and Ohio snow.
Hey, I love Michigan, man. I used to be in Michigan, look outside, there's grass, you can see all that. Then the next morning, nobody practice, I gotta dig my truck out. I
Will,
love that.
Will,
I
you,
loved it.
Will, you didn't have to drive in the winter. Orlando Wolves.
Yes, I did. Well, when I got the license back, I did. When I got them back, I did.
It
But I was there 5 years. I only had 1 year suspension. Man.
was the double zeros because the court said you can only drive 0-0.
I can't drive that either.
Will, man, it's been fun, man. Thank you so much.
Hey,
You're
Jordan,
welcome, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
we
it.
need to make him a t-shirt that says I block Kareem Skyhook.
No, make me one that says, I want one that says Team Odyssey.
Done.
Done and done, because hey, that's our man right there.
And you know what? You know what the most funny thing about this is?
What?
I always see these people riding around, you know, they bringing their kids different places, and they're in these minivans all the time. You know what? My best, the one I like the most out of all minivans
What?
is the Honda Odyssey.
Man, do you know why we call ourselves Team Odyssey?
What is that for?
An odyssey is a path to different fortune. Sometimes you start high, sometimes you start low, but it's the path that it takes you to get there through the bumps of life. And I
Okay.
think that it makes everybody human because everybody has their own odyssey.
You're right. You're right.
You know, that's what makes Team Odyssey special. I mean, that's where the name derived. It's everybody's taking their own path to get to where they need to go, but every path has bumps.
That's
And
right.
and you know, sometimes in life people have things and they look and they're envious of somebody else, but as a human being, we all value different things. And that's why we might be looking at the person that has the millions and they may not be happy. And you might be looking at the person with 2 dimes to rub together or nothing, and they might not be happy. So Odyssey is the path that a man takes. It's a change of fortune, but it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. And I think that everybody on our team is going to finish strong. So
That's right.
Will, again, man, I appreciate everything. Chris, I love you like a brother, and this has been a lot of fun tonight.
Hey, Chris, he said he love you like a brother. Don't sleep in the same bed. He might pee in the bed, Chris. You get wet too.
Nah, not this time. That you know, I have people drive me around too now, so we good.
Oh, okay. All right. See, Chris, how you do? You see how it
Double
is?
zero right there, buddy.
It's
Yeah.
my wife. She says I can't drive for shit, so she'll tell you.
Even if she is wrong, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey guys, stay on for just a second. I'm gonna stop the recording. Hey fans, thank you guys. We appreciate everything. We look forward to the next signing. Big Will, we out. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.